Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. I've got a great show for you today, and I'm calling it Our Heads Are Round, So Our Thoughts Can Change Direction. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after the break. Okay, so sometimes I crack myself up, and I love this thought. Our heads are round, so our thoughts can change direction. Francis Picaba. I love that. All right, rule number 1, you have the right to change your mind. Rule number 2, read and act on rule number 1 always. If you were to ask me what I find so interesting at this age in my very old life, it is this. When someone sees the other side of an issue, or learns something new, or over time decides that certain things don't matter as much as they thought, and then through careful consideration and reflection, they make a decision to change their mind about an issue, a theory, or a thought that they may have held for years. Now, what continually surprises me, however, is that many of their friends and family and fans will revolt in vicious outrage against them for simply changing their mind about whatever topic they choose. All right, so I'm getting older, and I gotta say, the more I have come to realize that perhaps the reason my head is round is so in my old age, my thoughts can change direction. Silly, you might say, until your friends, put that in quotes, become angry with you for straying from the fold. I'm not sure if the outrage is that the change was made without consulting them, whoever they are, and thinking of their feelings as if it really matters, or that they come face to face with the fact that they can no longer control your mind, actions, and attitude. Simply, they've done it for years and you went along with the flow because it was easier than fighting them. And now? Well, now things have changed. Have to admit, I don't understand the anger that is shown when someone chooses to change direction. To use my favorite word, I am flummoxed at the idea of being angry with someone who's still your friend, but they happen to wake up one day and think differently about an issue. You know, it seems really odd when you write it out on paper that so many people are, in a sense, held hostage by the outrage of others who have no real purpose in the fight, but they can expect what they want you to do, believe, and agree with. And perhaps you just don't care anymore about the issue, or you see the issue at hand and decide, I got better things to do with my life. When did it not become okay to change your mind or even your direction? And why is it an outrage to others when you choose to make a decision for yourself? And frankly, why are those around you pressing you to continue on a path you've grown tired of, or you're no longer interested in, or aren't concerned with anymore? Simply speaking, why are those outside friends, family, and coworkers who are more likely than not a part of the equation weighing in on your heart and mind change? And then what are you going to do about it? You know I was going to get to that, right? See, I see it often that if due to circumstances or enlightening or new information, you decide to change your mind, others feel the outright need to condemn, criticize, or simply complain that you've changed. Like that's a bad thing. It's funny, everyone says change is good until you want to change, and then suddenly it's a problem. And the reason it's a problem is because it upsets the status quo, and for many, takes away their power. And that's the crux of the issue. For me, things I dismissed in my youth, I'm now taking a second look at. Issues I was told didn't matter, now I'm reviewing for myself. And things I was expected to believe as truth, I find it wise to study and then make an informed decision that reflects my values. Throughout the years, I've changed my mind on many things, and by doing so, have changed my direction, so I can become part of the solution and not continue down the road of being part of the very loud problem. I've been surprised by others who expect me to stick to my guns, when in reality, I don't have a gun, and secondly, there's no fight to be had. The most important is the fact that due to free will, and friend, we all have free will, we all have the right and perhaps an obligation to make a change for the better for our families, our colleagues, our communities, and ourselves. In thinking about this and perhaps your desire to start projects that you've been working towards, friend, don't get discouraged or dissuaded by those who refuse to think outside the box that they are very comfortably living in. Their heads may be round, but they are happy being a square peg, choosing not to fit at all due to their oh so self-important sense of pride. It does make me laugh, sorry. The hard part is that you and I have to decide what's best for us. And if on the journey we find we might need to change our mind, and the direction on who you associate with, how much money you spend, how you use your time, friend, choose wisely. Everything you do is a reflection of who you are, not just who you want to be or how you want to be seen by others. I'm reminding you to be true to yourself. No doubt there's a fine line when it comes to changing the direction on issues that affect others. If you have a moral obligation, then you need to keep it. Hey friends, no question about that. However, if you are not bound by legal, ethical, or moral grounds, and the issue is simply an opinion or a presupposition, then you're probably free to disagree, change your thoughts, and even change your direction if you so choose. Now, before you go making any big decision that will affect others, be wise and consider the outcome. Now listen, you know I am not suggesting that you have carte blanche to do silly, ridiculous, or dangerous actions simply because you want to throw off the yoke of obligation. Come on, don't be a fool. If you're a person of character, you will seriously study, learn, ask, read, talk to experts, say your prayers, ask for guidance to make a wise decision for your future based on what big, amazing, open, freeing dreams and ideas that you've been given to change your direction. What I don't want is another year to go by and you're still bound by the made-up rules of others who do not walk in your shoes. So, as you look at your life and you seriously weigh the different opportunities, needs, desires, dreams, consider what you're holding on to because, quote, it's the way we've always done it. That pre-packaged, warmed over, same boring line you've been scarfing down for years. Today, think about what it is you really want to do in this next rotation around the sun. Our friends, set your sights on the direction of your dreams, then watch with amazement how the changes in your thought process, large and small, will affect your newfound freedom, your energy, and your vision that will set you on the right path for life. Because, friend, here's the truth. Your head is round, so your thoughts can change. All right, do not have your lawyer call me because you made a silly decision. Come on, people. I'm just trying to give you the freedom to change your mind. Have to admit, I had a friend who just could not get over that I changed my opinion about some things. There was nothing moral, it was like nothing. But because they wanted me to go with them down their path that I thought, and in hindsight I was correct, was going nowhere. So don't do it. Come on. You got this. Just trust yourself, but make sure you are wise in all that you do. All right, friends, you've been listening to Deb Sofield's encouragement for your rockstar amazing life, and I hope you'll join me next week because I want to continue this journey to truly becoming who you were born to be, and we'll walk together down that path. And remember, Deb doesn't care what the world says about you. I want you to know I care. And I actually care about you for a lot of reasons, but probably the most important is this. Friend, you have the right to make decisions for yourself as long as you're honest, true, and fair. And remember, your head is round, so your thoughts can change direction. No matter what other people say, you have freedom. Now you've got to walk in the light. And I'm going to walk alongside you as we follow your dream together. All right, take care, everybody. Join me next week. Thanks for listening.